Hello and a very warm welcome to Japan. This is the Japanese B.LEAGUE and it's the clash between Ryukyu Golden Kings and Chiba Jets. Well, here we are, folks, right at the end of the regular season. Just several games still to go here and a lot at stake. Certainly for Chiba Jets as they try to get a second consecutive win over the Golden Kings in the space of several days, needing to win 2 out of their last 3 games to clinch second place in the East and therefore home court advantage in the playoffs. You can see right now Chiba at 40-14. Of course, a lot of postponements this season because of the coronavirus pandemic. So winning percentage is what has them in second place. Golden Kings long ago clinched first place in the West, and they already have home court advantage in the quarterfinals and the semifinals. Look at the B.LEAGUE championship for 2020-21, and the playoff matchups have been set. So these teams know. Chiba, for example, will be going up against the Seahorses, but the question is who is going to have the home court advantage? Well, here is a look at the first game between these two teams. That was won 99-87 by Chiba. Most recently, rather, on April 28th. And it was a great contest, but one that you always felt like Chiba just had that focus, that concentration. They knew that they had to come in and get a big win on the road, and they did just that. Shannon Shorter was terrific. Gavin Edwards there hitting that big three-pointer, and Yuka Togashi putting everybody in the spin cycle. Just an all-around great effort. Akahu there with the spin, the shifty move to get the drive. It was just a wonderful performance by Chiba. So you look at Chiba Jets roster today, and it is a good roster. Josh Duncan, Togashi, Ko Flippin, Shigehiro Taguchi, Akaho, Mishimura, Shannon Shorter, Okura Sato, Ujinaga, Gavin Edwards, Saiz, Fars, Hara, and the starting 5 will be Duncan, Togashi, Sato, Saiz, and Hara. Saiz in that last game, 16 points, 14 rebounds, a few blocks as well. He was terrific. I mean, he and Togashi and Shorter all came up huge, really, for most of the game. And as is always the way, the lights are lowered here for the introduction of Ryukyu, the Golden Kings, the best in the West. And hopes are high that this will be the year that they can go all the way. But of course, they will need to have some improvement on their last performance. It's a really good team, a really good roster. Takumi Ishizaki, Seiya Funyu, Narito Namizato, Dwayne Evans, Ryuichi Kishimoto, Cedric Simmons. Of course, he did not play in that last game, but stood there behind the bench. Naoki Tashiro, Keita Imamura, Yuki Mitsuhara, Shota Onodera, Kim Tilly, Jack Cooley, and Hayato Maki, all playing for coach Hiroki Fujita. Of course, Atsushi Ono has been in charge of Chiba since 2016. And, well, what can we expect from this Ryukyu team this year in the playoffs? Remember, they were the West Division champs for 2018, 2019, and 2020. They're ready to rock and roll. The fans are ready to rock and roll. We are ready to rock and roll. It's almost game on here between Ryukyu and Chiba. The Golden Kings taking on the Jets in Okinawa. And there it is again. I just went over the roster for the Golden Kings. Keep an eye on Namizoto today, the point guard. He'll want to get a little bit of revenge after the last game. He was hot and cold. Dwayne Evans perhaps wants to be a little more influential than he was. Kim Tilley, he'll want to stay out of foul trouble. That was his biggest problem. He fouled out of the game, and really he was his team's best shooter, catching fire from long range. They need him on the court as long as possible. Jack Cooley, of course, is a man on a mission when it comes to crashing the boards. Number 45, and Hayato Maki, that up-and-coming star, 23 years of age. And, of course, always worth a highlight in every game, it seems. Hiroki Fujita, how is he approaching this game? Well, perhaps it's in his best interest to make life a little difficult for Chiba Jets as we look at the starting five for this Ryukyu team tonight. So it's going to be Funyu, Namizato, Evans, Tashiro, and Tilley. There's Namizato. Certainly one of the more exciting players in the B-League. And Evans also in that starting five tonight. Interesting to see Funyu in that starting lineup. Also Tashiro, and of course Kim Tilley, the France international. And Coach Fujita comes out as well to get some skin from his players and to make sure that they are ready to rock and roll tonight. So no Jack Cooley tonight for this Golden Kings team. There he is, looking on from the bench. Both he and Simmons watching from the sidelines. So overall, it's, once again, folks, this roster for Golden Kings, the starting five will be Funyu, Namizato, Evans, Tashiro, and Tilley, and Ishizaki, Kishimoto, Imamura, Mitsuhara, Onodera, and Maki. So without their beast on the boards, you have to say already that is an advantage for Chiba Jets that they will be looking to take advantage of, because Cooley is usually good for double digits in the rebounding department. And again, the head coach, Atsushi Ono, has been in charge of this team since 2016, and perhaps you turn the clock back to 2001 when he was the Rookie of the Year in Japan with Mitsubishi Electric. And referees for today's game. Again, the starting fives for both teams now. And Funyu, Namizato, Evans, Tashiro, and Tilley for the Golden Kings. And saw the photos of Duncan, Togashi, Sato, Saiz, the Spain international, and Shutahara for Chiba Jets. Well, hello everybody, and a hearty welcome to Japan. This is B.LEAGUE action between Ryukyu Golden Kings and Chiba Jets, and it's Chiba Jets winning that opening tip, but turning the ball over already. And Namizato, boy, spinning his way into the lane and then gets the ball back outside to Dwayne Evans. Namizato is just born to thrill. Here he is, catching and shooting right at the beginning, and already a signal of intent from him. He wants to perhaps play a little bit better, be a little bit more assertive early in this game. He came off the bench in the first meeting back on April 28th. Again, a game that was won by Chiba Jets. So Chiba Jets starting with that turnover. Now Size catches it, goes to work on Evans, kept out of the paint, puts up a very difficult shot, and a whistle blows and a foul called. So Size, who was really quite remarkable for Spain when you look back at it in the European qualifiers for the FIBA Basketball World Cup that was played in China in 2019. Really kind of cemented his reputation as one of the best Spanish players. And no surprise that he found his way to Japan. Obviously also has a lot of experience having played for the likes of Iberostar Tenerife in the Basketball Champions League. He makes his first and then makes his second. So another player. Usually in Spain, they don't head overseas to play college basketball in America, but he did, played in Mississippi. Here's Kim Tilly now, open out on the perimeter, guarded by Duncan. Now Misato catches it down low, thinks about it, takes it back outside, now comes back in, guarded by Sato. And how in the world did Namizato get that 2 points? He wasn't going to be denied, was he? He was very patient. The only thing he did was perhaps flirt with a 3-second call, but he held his ground and put it up and in, and then the goal interference was called on Chiba Jets. So Tagashi, who started like a house on fire in the last meeting between these two teams, gets it to Size, and now over to Hara. Bounce pass, Size. Boy, that's good basketball, but Size misses the shot. Tilly rebounds the miss. And Golden Kings look like they're a little more fired up for this contest than they were in the last meeting already. Remember, Chiba Jets needing to win 2 out of their last 3 games to lock up second place and clinch home court advantage. And now the foul has been called. Was Tashiro behind the arc? Because if he was, he'll get 3 free throws. Here it is again. Yes, he was indeed behind the arc. And looked like it was a pretty good defense there from Tagashi, but he must have caught him perhaps on the follow-through. So Tashiro goes to the line and misses the first. Tashiro takes his time and makes the second. So he hears the applause from Coach Fujita. Bounces the ball off the hardwood and misses the third. So not a good trip to the line that time for Tashiro. Tagashi gets rid of the ball. Duncan now over to the corner, and it's Hara missing from three-point range, and Kim Tilly, the only man there for the rebound for the Golden Kings. Funya dribbling up high, facing a little double-team action, a swarming defense by Chiba Jets. Now backing his way down. Boy, that was a polished move from Kim Tilly. Alain Lebleu, the Frenchman, did his damage from behind the arc in the last meeting, and here he is getting it down low. Nice bounce pass to Duncan, who's open. And Chiba Jets starting the game cold here, just 2 points. We're nearly 3 minutes into it and trailing, and Dwayne Evans gets it down low, and he's got a chance for a three-point play. And even without Jack Cooley today, this Ryukyu Golden Kings team looks fired up and ready to send out a statement, not only to Chiba Jets, but perhaps to the rest of the B-League, that they are indeed for real, and when they are on their game and focused, they're going to be a tough customer for any opponent. So Chiba Jets having to get a timeout and perhaps reset the focus. Needs to be a little bit more sense of urgency Amazing how a game can change, or the way two teams can play from one game to the next. Golden Kings will be well aware of what is at stake for Chiba Jets, needing to win 2 out of their last 3 games to clinch home court advantage in the quarterfinals. But what you expect from that man right there, he has delivered in a big way. He has come out with an attitude, aggressive play, Namizato, and you can also see it in his teammates. By the way, Tilly has started, as well as Dwayne Evans with the three-point play, and Ryukyu Golden Kings already with the 10-2 lead. So what do you do in that situation? Well, you bring in Shannon Shorter. He was absolutely on fire in the last game, his approach, and he will bring a spark. You better believe it. He comes right out and hits that little shot in the lane. Shannon Shorter always up for the challenge, it seems. Great player to come off the bench. Namizato passed up the three-pointer. So shot clock down to 5. Evans gets down low, and nobody stops him. Just went right past Size. Now Tagashi into the corner, and somehow Haro is able to save it. Got it back into Edwards. Now Shorter puts it up from 3. This time misses, and it allows Namizato to get out in the break, and Shorter is out of position. Namizato gets it back to Evans. Good heavens. Evans throws it down. And the way this thing has started, Golden Kings might just race away. 14-4. And we're only 4 minutes into the contest. Shorter goes backdoor. Nice find by Edwards. I'll tell you what, it's an early start today. And so far, there's only been one team in it. It's been the Golden Kings. They lead it by 8 points. Here's Evans again. Gets it in the paint. Funyu from the wing is good. Rather from the corner. The biggest lead of the game. In fact, 11 points. Tagashi passes up the 3, gets it to Edwards, and that was great basketball by Tagashi. Well, Tagashi is such a good player. In that last game, he had 4 3-pointers. And Ryukyu fully aware of what that man can do. See, Kishimoto comes into the game wearing number 14, also Imamura, number 30, and Fujita wearing the mask. And Size now catches the inbounds pass. Little jump hook. Well, there's something that we haven't seen yet. That's an impressive move, and perhaps a way for Chiba Jets to kind of get right back in this thing if they can start feeding the basketball. Imamura, right off the bench, hits the 3-pointer. We're talking about starting like a house on fire. Golden Kings, red hot, their biggest lead of the game now, 12 points. Well, the foul appears to have been called on Ryuki Kishimoto. Tagashi, yeah, he had his hands on Gavin Edwards, and Gavin Edwards, I think, was only too happy to to fall over. Now coming into the game, number 32 for Ryukyu Golden Kings, Mitsuhara. Remember, no Jack Cooley today for the Golden Kings. Shorter outside to Hara. And another miss for the Hara. And the turn over on the Golden Kings. Well, you can sometimes almost expect a blistering start from the home team, especially if they've just suffered a home defeat to you, as was the case on April 28th. Golden Kings have come out and they've landed some blows, but now Size and this Chiba Jets team trying to get back in it, and they have a few bites at the cherry. Gavin Edwards, and they still can't get it to go. Edwards gets it back. Boy, that has got to be impressive. And much lauded over there on the bench by Chiba Jets. About 4 offensive rebounds. And Edwards finally getting it to go. Remember, no Jack Cooley in there. He is a rebounding giant for the Golden Kings. Funyu dribbles to his right. Puts it up from a long way out and hits another three, his second of the game. Well, this is something that we didn't see at all from him in the last game. He was anonymous, and now the turnover. Up ahead it goes to Funyu, has it knocked out of his hands. Great hustle back by Tagashi. Coach Flippin also in the game now for Chiba Jets. Great no call by the referee there, by the way. All ball by Tagashi. Size comes out, Tagashi comes out. But it's a 13-point lead for Golden Kings. And Josh Duncan now back in. The defense hasn't been there. Nishimura checks into the game for Chiba Jets. They have got to lock down on defense, and they can't afford to turn the ball over, which has been a problem here for them in this first quarter. Dwayne Evans. Imamura, will it be his second three? Short. Shannon Shorter with the rebound. Shorter fouled. Well, that won't bother the Golden Kings too much, giving away a foul there. Edwards hands it off to Nishimura. Down low and Evans, and Evans starting to assert himself down low under the basket, especially with Size out of the game. They'll need that, and their lead now 11 points. Talking about Golden Kings on top by 11, 2:40 remaining here in this first quarter. Dwayne Evans again puts it on the deck. Imamura left open. His attempt rattles out, and Mitsuhara not able to rebound it because Shannon Shorter reached up and knocked it away. Here's Shorter with the penetration. Great decision, but the finish wasn't there from Coach Flippin. Evans, meanwhile, goes to the other end. That's a 4-point swing there. Flippin, hey, what happened? He had a good look. Here he is. Back to Edwards. Passes up the three. Gets down low. And this time misses. But again, follows up his miss. Misses. They keep it alive. Edwards is going to have himself quite a day on the boards, it appears. So Kim Tilley in the game, number 41. His team up by 13 points, and Edwards trying to cut into that deficit. It really has not been a polished first quarter at all from Chiba Jets. And again, with Jack Cooley not in the game, you just wonder perhaps there's a tendency to think that, hey, maybe this isn't going to be as tough as the last game. But in fact, the Golden Kings have been able to raise their level of performance. Imamura gets it down low, drives, puts it up and in. Shorter. Passes back outside to Ishimura, now flipping. Edwards catches, puts it up, and it's good. Well, he makes the jump shot easy enough. It was at the free throw line where he struggled. Also struggled a little bit down low. Chiba would like to get this deficit back to 10 points at least by the end of the quarter. Golden Kings, meanwhile, only more than happy to use the entire shot clock. Mitsuhara, the big fella. This time he was short, now flipping. Rebounds and runs. And he was fouled as he went up for the shot. So Maki. You know, you probably got all ball there, but oftentimes when you come from high to low, reaching in, the referee is going to, I think a foul has been called. You come from under the ball, perhaps. Not quite as obvious, but flipping. Missing another free throw here for Chiba. Well, the Jets have been a mess in this first quarter. I mean, look at that. Golden Kings have led by as many as 15 points. Flippin' looked good on that one. So back to a 12-point deficit. And a pass to the wing. Dribbling in, and Josh Duncan hands it off to Shorter. About a 2.5 second differential in the game clock and the shot clock. So I'm assuming Jets will try to take this down to about 5 seconds on the shot clock before they get into motion. Nope, Shorter's just going to take it all the way. I was wrong, but they've left a little bit of time here for the Golden Kings, and the Golden Kings explode down the court. Oh, a terrific hustle by Flippin'. And then Duncan gets it off in time. Boy, what an incredible defensive play by Ko Flippin'. Great hustle from the guard. And it could be worse for Chiba Jets, but it's Golden Kings on top 27-17 at the end of one. Well, folks, 27-17 here at the end of, I have to say, an exciting first quarter, one in which Golden Kings got out and landed some blows, going on top by as many as 15 points. And Chiba Jets searching for a little bit of impetus from somebody, bringing some guys off the court. You look back, off the bench rather, look at Namizato, the way that he started this game. He just had that sense of focus. He was homed in, delivering that beautiful bounce pass to Dwayne Evans. Funya came out, one of his 2 3-pointers in that first quarter. And really, you have to say, Fujita would have been happy, perhaps a little bit disappointed that Chiba Jets were able to cut the deficit to 10 points. by the end of the quarter, but it was great hustle at the end of the quarter by Flippin to get back and get a block. 9 points by Evans, 6 for Funyu with those 2 threes, and 5 for Imamura. Also 4 points for the tone setter Namizato for Golden Kings. Shannon Shorter and Gavin Edwards each with 6 points for Chiba Jets. Mitsuhara. Maki from behind the arc. Maki makes it a 13-point lead once again for the Golden Kings. Three-point shot has been big for this Golden Kings team today. Now Shorter has it. Golden Kings have already hit 4 3-pointers. They're 4 of 7 from behind the arc. That is impressive shooting here in Okinawa. Meanwhile, Chiba Jets have yet to hit a 3-pointer. Shorter drives in, puts pressure on that defense. And Duncan had the basketball, but he brought it down, and that allowed Maki to reach in and tie him up. You know what they say, keep that basketball up high, otherwise your size advantage is negated. Of course, that would have been difficult in that situation, perhaps for Duncan to keep it up, the way he rebounded it. But Maki coming out and making some plays. Nevertheless, 1.7 seconds. Oh, they get it to Edwards for 3. That was big. How in the world did Golden Kings leave him wide open? And Edwards now has 9 points. Maki, bounce pass to Tilly. His pass caught by Imamura. Gets it back outside. Now into the left quarter for Mitsuhara, who misses another 3. Nishimura brings it forward. Over the shoulder pass. From Flippin, and another jump shot falls for Chiba Jets. And suddenly a 7-point deficit. So the 3-pointer is starting to fall. Remember, they got one of those when they only had 1.7 seconds on the clock and had to inbound the basketball. Got it. Perhaps that's going to end up being a huge play. Are you kidding me? How in the world did Imamura get that to fall? Not only was he fouled on the drive, but watch the ball. Coach Flippin goes past him. Then he throws it right off the edge of the top of the backboard. I'm not sure I've ever seen that. Unbelievable finish. I don't think he could do that if he tried. Again, that was the basketball gods, I think, smiling on Imamura. And he does indeed get the 3-point play, and he takes the lead back up to 10 points. Boy, it has been tough going for this Chiba Jets team. Nishimura bounce pass Duncan. Oh, what a bounce pass himself. And hits Shorter on the back door. Second time Shorter gets in on the backdoor cut. Well, Shorter is just such a crucial player for this team. Great hands there by Coach Flippin. The ball knocked out of bounds. Chiba Jets, remember, needing to win 2 of their final 3 games to lock up second place and home court advantage in the quarterfinals. And Coach Flippin again comes up and makes a play defensively. Not sure where Evans is trying to get it to Tilly, but Coach Flippin is wheeling and dealing out there on the defensive end. And this time it's going to be Duncan who looked like he might have flirted with a charge or an offensive foul, but he gets the benefit of the call with number 14, Kishimoto, whistled for the foul. Not enamored with the call, Nishimoto. And Duncan perhaps breathing a sigh of relief that he avoided the offensive foul. Now Duncan hands it off, Nishimoto. Bounce pass back to Duncan. Oh boy, what a beautiful finish by Duncan, the left hand. And Chiba Jets slowly but surely getting their way back into it. And Fujita calls timeout over on that Golden Kings bench. So the pick, the high screen and roll. In fact, he didn't even pick. He just kind of like was able to get position on his man, and he was wide open. And great recognition by Nishimura. Well, folks, it has been a great season in the B-League. Of course, we've had the issue of COVID and preventing a lot more fans from entering the arenas, but there has been good turnout. You know, half of the arenas are allowed to be filled, and more than that, the basketball has been terrific. I mean, this is compelling stuff here in the B-League. And you know it's only going to get better in the playoffs. And you watch this basketball and you understand why it's so attractive for some really solid pros from America, from Europe, to want to come here and play. It is good stuff. You look at Ken Tilley there. I mean, he has been a big-time player at times in Spain and France, as well as SAIS, the Spanish league, one of the top European leagues, but they're over here playing in the B-League. Also Evans, most recently in Italy, with Sassari. Here he is. And a foul called on Akaho. So a little bit of different look here for Golden Kings coming out of the timeout. And Tashiro is fouled. Namizato comes back into the game. .6:52 remaining in a thrilling first half. Golden Kings and Tilley. I don't believe Tilley's launched to 3 yet. And now Jets can get even closer. Remember, this is a Golden Kings team that led by as many as 15 points. But the Jets are clawing their way back. 3-point shot. And Duncan misses that. Dwayne Evans rebounds the miss. And now foul out on the perimeter. Jets have, they had a little bit of a mountain to climb, trailing by 15 points. So even though they've had the better of the exchanges here in the second quarter, they still trail by 6 points. You give yourself a lot of work to do if you have to come back from a 15-point deficit. And now with Namizato back in the game, we'll see if he can make something happen for the Golden Kings. He gets it to Tilley. They pass it back outside. And Tashiro hits another three-pointer, where the Golden Kings have been tough from behind the arc today. 5 3-pointers now have fallen for the Golden Kings. And now the miss. Ishiro hands it off to Namizato. And just like that, a 9-point lead for the Golden Kings. And another foul called. This one on Nishimura. So Nishimura goes out. And Tagashi, who's been quiet today, comes back in. Tagashi hasn't even scored. Evans has been extremely tough to contain as he finds his way to the basket. Watch again, guarded by Duncan. And that quick burst from Dwayne Evans gets Duncan on the bench. And now Gavin Ed comes back into the game. So it's Size and Edwards down on the front line for this Chiba Jets team. And Evans, meanwhile, almost unrecognizable from the player that was on the court back on April 28th. He has been assertive and arguably the most valuable player in this game. He's got 11 points. Been his ability to put the ball on the deck and to go to the basket that has caused all sorts of problems for Chiba Jets. Tagashi, meanwhile, it's almost as if somebody said, Yuka, you got to go out and remind everybody of why you're so important to this team. Amizato over to Tilly. This is his first three, and boy, he is money in the bank, isn't he, from behind the arc. Tim Tilly loves that spot on the floor. Shorter back in, and he gets an and one coming. Shorter's just unbelievable, the difference that he makes for this Jets team. I mean, he is so tough going to the basket. He cuts, he catches it, and it doesn't matter who's in front of him. He is going to the rack, baby. Here he is. And indeed converts the three-point play opportunity to cut it back to a 9-point deficit. Great stuff once again in the B-League. Golden Kings leading it by 9 points against the Chiba Jets team that is trying to win at least 2 of its last 3 games to get home court advantage in the playoffs. Tilly, will it be 2 in a row? Not this time, off the back of the iron. Namizato, though, look at the activity from the from the veteran point guard. And that is effort. And that is why they love him here, folks. Namizato, he's not the biggest man on the court, but boy, has he got a big heart, and he doesn't give up on anything. Look at it. The rebounds. Here he is, hustling. And Size, you have to say Size has to get down on the hardwood to get after that. He was beaten to the basketball by Namizato. Timeout on the floor. Well, there is the scoring for Chiba Jets. Shorter having his big impact as usual, as well as Edwards. Those two combining for 20 of their points. And for Golden Kings, it's the Dwayne Evans show, as well as Imamura. But don't forget, it's not just about the points. It's about the hustle. It's about the passing. And Namizato has been terrific He's got 4 points. He's got 2 assists. And he's also got a few floor burns, hustling out there and getting his team extra opportunities. So 9-point lead here for Ryukyu, who have led by as many as 15 points in the game. 4:46 remaining here in the first half. Misato catches the inbounds pass, gets it into the paint, and his pass, a little bit of miscommunication there, trying to get it back out to his teammate on the perimeter. Here's Tagashi. Shorter. Passes it back to Size. That was going to be a tough pass to haul in. Shorter knows it. Apologizes to Size, who had to kind of twist and have his back to the basket to try to catch it, but he wasn't able to. Namizato. Evans. And Tilly. Bunyu. Now Evans again, shot clock about to expire. I don't think he got it off in time. That is not going to be allowed. Great defense, great hustle from the Jets. And Evans will be ticked off because he will think that was 3 more points I could have added to my tally. So he remains on 11 points with 3:58 to go in the first half. And Takuma Sato back in the game, inbounds it to Tagashi. Here's Tagashi, dribbles to his left, back outside to Edwards. Now Shannon Shorter comes up. And it's going to be Edwards again off the back of the iron, but Size goes up for the rebound. And Mitsuhara called for the foul. Tagashi inbounds the basketball to Edwards, who goes up and throws it down. Boy, that was a big-time play from Gavin Edwards. Faked the handoff and just went right to the rack. Toshiro, oh boy, did he use his body well there. Wonderful, wonderful shot from Toshiro. Takes it back up to a 9-point lead. Tagashi at the stripe. And Tagashi's starting to come to life for the Jets, who are down by 7 points. Just under 3 minutes to go in the first half. And now Tagashi just intercepts the telegraph pass, gets it back to Shorter. And boy, that was an opportunistic play by Tagashi. And we've seen the best of him the last couple of minutes, and forcing Fujita to call a timeout. 43-38. The Golden Kings on top. Look at Tagashi. And here he has the wherewithal just to make the easy bounce pass to get it back to Shannon Shorter. Here's a look back at that dunk by Gavin Edwards. And he has been lively. Edwards, 11 points now. Also has 4 rebounds and 3 assists. But you get the feeling that Chiba Jets' fortunes might depend on how well Togashi plays today. You know, you're going to get the grade A effort from Shorter. Now a little bit of full court pressure here. Dwayne Evans trapped in the corner, able to pass it out to Shiro. And Mitsahara passes it back out to the perimeter. So a different look defensively. And Shiro goes down hard, gets up holding his face. Namizato, oh, you heard him say it, and one as he flies in. He has got what you call a winning attitude today. Namizato just taking on the world. Look at that. He shouts, and one. We heard it. Takes it back up to a 7-point advantage. He has really set the tone when he's been in the game for the Golden Kings today. And he does get the three-point play to take it back up to an 8-point advantage. He knows his team is led by as many as 15 in the game, and they do not want to go to halftime having that thing whittled down any more than where it is right now. Togashi steps back, and Short diving on the ball. Sato, and Evans gets tied up with Sato. Togashi well short there. So the jump ball possession arrow will keep the ball at this end. Size. Oh, great footwork from Size. Used his body well there. And less than 2 minutes to go here. Chiba Jets again pulled to within 6 points. But here's the problem. It's Namizato. Imamura back to Namizato. 5 on the shot clock. And this time the ball is turned over. Mitsahara not having a great game today. Looks like he might have injured his foot there. So he is kind of walking gingerly back up the court. And Kim Tilly is going to come back into the game with 1:30 remaining in the first half. Togashi leans into it there for the follow. Not there. Sides couldn't get it to go. Boy, that was a frustrating conclusion for the Jets. Imamura. What a crazy pass by Namizato. And Togashi commits the foul. So that will be free throws. And Namizato will get an assist here if one of these free throws goes in for Imamura. That fast start from Golden Kings really is what has them in front right now. Again, they led by as many as 15 points in this game. And he makes both. So the lead goes back up to 48-40. Shannon Shorter. What about Evans? Gets it to Size. Size again, rebounds the miss, and he is fouled as he goes back up. 1:01 remaining. Maki raises his hands to say that he committed the foul. So we saw an impressive low post move from Size, and this time he gets a little bit of love from the rim. Ball bounces high off the iron and then falls back through for the Spain international. Now Size takes his time again and gets the second one to go as well. Amizato pulling the strings today, folks. Leading by example with the effort. Here he is. Back to Evans. Over to Tilia. Oh, that's trouble. Oh, boy, they dodged a bullet there. Did Chiba Jets. Now Tagashi quickly up the floor. Floats in. Oh, great rebound from Edwards, but then he misses with the putback. Namizato crosses midcourt. Bounce pass. Oh, boy, and Evans. This is the reverse layup. And that means that Chiba Jets, if they were to hit a three here, they would pull to within 3 points. Even if they get it to within 4, they have to say that they have done well to claw their way back here. Shorter, tough shot, misses. Edwards follows, gets it to go. And despite the dominance of the Golden Kings for much of the first half, Chiba Jets have stuck to it and pulled back to within 48-44 at halftime. Ryukyu Golden Kings on top of Chiba Jets at halftime. Looked like Fujita went over to have words with the referees right before he walks off the court here to go to the locker room, but he'll be a little bit frustrated because his team, remember, they jumped out to that 15-point lead. They actually outscored the visitors 27-17 in the first quarter, and they end up getting outscored here in the second at 27-21. So 48-44, Ryukyu Golden Kings on top of Chiba Jets at halftime. Chiba Jets needing to win 2 of their last 3 games to lock up second place and have home court advantage for the quarterfinals in the championship. Ryukyu Golden Kings already clinched first place and home court advantage through the quarterfinals as well as the semifinals if they advance. So we're going to take a short break here. 48-44, Ryukyu Golden Kings on top of Chiba Jets at halftime. We'll be right back. Well, it's been a great game today here between Ryukyu Golden Kings and Chiba Jets, and Namizato has come out firing, kind of setting the tone for his team. But the introduction of Shannon Shorter helped turn things around for Chiba Jets, who trailed by as many as 15 points, but were able to close the gap to just 4 at halftime. Dwayne Evans was a real handful early on. Funyu and the Golden Kings came out hot from three-point range. Imamura came off the bench and immediately struck from deep. Gavin Edwards, very active, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Maki also coming out and drilling it from long range. Nishimura, meanwhile, came out and stroked one of the few threes for Chiba Jets. That incredible drive by Imamura went off, the ball went off the edge of the top of the backboard and fell through. He got a three-point play, but Shannon Shorter just kept coming for the Jets. Golden Kings, remember, led by as many as 15 points. But Togashi started to get involved. And then that telegraph pass and intercepted by Togashi, and then he passed it back to Shorter. Namizato was a handful again. You can hear him yelling, and one there. He gets the three-point play. The heart and soul of this Golden Kings team, but again, it was a last second shot there by Gavin Edwards that closed the gap to 4 points. Those are the early numbers, and you can see the shooting has been better for the Golden Kings. Yet they're only on top by 4 points. So 4 more threes have fallen for the Golden Kings. But Chiba Jets have been pretty efficient, closer to the basket, shooting better than 50%. So have a look at Maki, what he's been able to do for the Golden Kings today, and his counterpart, Sato, for Chiba Jets. So this Chiba Jets team under some pressure here, knowing they need to win 2 of their last 3 games to clinch home court advantage. You see Jack Cooley standing behind the bench there for Golden Kings, not in uniform tonight. So that is a loss for them in terms of especially his tenacity on the boards. And you get players like Gavin Edwards and size. I'm sure they're more than happy to see Jack Cooley out and not playing tonight, because it gives them that one less combative force to go up against. But Shorter, how good is he? I mean, he is just has that attack-minded, winning attitude, and you just see he brings so much positivity and enthusiasm and raises the level every time he comes into the game. So Jack Cooley having to help fire his team up from behind the bench today. Kim Tilly has, by and large, been kept in check. He does have 6 rebounds to go with his 5 points. And he did show that three-point shooting touch that was so evident in the previous meeting between these two teams on April 28th. That was won by Chiba Jets. But so far he hasn't really caught fire. So second half action underway here. Fonyu brings it up for the Golden Kings, who, remember, have already clinched first place in the West and home court advantage through the semifinals. Amizato misses with his first attempt. Size hands it off to Shorter. Here's Size backing up Evans. He goes to town. He misses, but there's Edwards for another offensive rebound. And he is fouled on the putback attempt by Tashiro. Well, Edwards did make some plays in the last meeting, especially in the fourth quarter, but he has been far more assertive today, both in terms of attacking the glass, but also looking for his shot. And he has had a couple of misses at the free throw line. And now he's had three, in fact. So Tashiro ended up not being a bad foul at all by him. Fonyu, Namizato gets it back to Tilly. That's his spot on the floor, but he's a little long with it. Fonyu with the offensive rebound. Oh, no-look bounce pass, perhaps a little bit too much. And turns the ball over. Tagashi dumps it to Edwards. And Edwards goes right back to the free throw line where he just missed a couple of free throws. Mathias flirting perhaps with an unsportsmanlike. I mean, he was definitely going for the ball, but there was no way he was getting to that one. This time Edwards makes the first attempt. However, his free throw woes continue now. He has missed 4 free throws. Namizato spins and turns it over. 2 consecutive turnovers. It triggers the break, and Size flies in and throws it down. Goodness gracious. Put it on the highlight reel. Save a Size. It's only a 1-point lead now for the Golden Kings, who led by as many as 15. Fonyu over to Tilly. Oh, wow, he is so good from behind the arc, isn't he? He knew exactly what he wanted. He got set over on the wing, and he drilled it. Shorter drives, comes right back at Tilly. Game on, folks. Chiba Jets alive and kicking here in the third quarter. Now Evans. Back out to Namizato. Namizato. Oh, boy, what a beautiful drive and finish from Namizato. Worth the price of admission. Edwards outside, and Sato a little long, but Size grabs the offensive rebound, and he was fouled. And we're starting to see much better play now from Chiba Jets. And you see the concern on the face of Coach Hiroki Fujita of the Golden Kings. Tagashi. Size backs up Evans. And Size again earns a trip to the line. And he really feels like that's a matchup that he can exploit. Evans, meanwhile, pleading with the referee, saying, what else can I do defensively? And the only issue I would have with Evans there was it looked like maybe he lowered his left arm, but again, looked like a pretty tough call on him. Not sure what else he could have done defensively. But credit to Size for seizing the moment. And it's just like the most recent meeting between these two teams. Size really came to life in the second half, and here he is, not backing down at all. He doesn't like to dribble when he catches it at the line, and he gets both free throws to drop. So Evans goes out of the game. He's got 3 fouls. Just probably going to sit down for a little while before he comes back in. Also, Maki has 3 fouls for the Golden Kings. And no player has 3 fouls for the Chiba Jets. Both Duncan and Tagashi each with 2 fouls. Namizato crosses midcourt. Now Toshiro drives, whips it to the corner, and Funyu hits another one. The dump down low, and the reverse layup is made by Sato. Namizato. Funya. And Funya, well, bounce pass. Shorter able to pick it up, gets it back to Size, and Size puts it up, and he's got an M1 coming. Goodness gracious, folks, Size has a chance to tie the game if he makes the free throw. From 15 points down to just 1 and a chance to tie it. Chiba Jets. So Maki with those 3 fouls checks back into the game. And Size takes his time. Well, his numbers just keep going up, up, and away. He is very close to a double-double now, folks. He's already got his points. He's got 8 rebounds as well. And now Size comes up and commits the foul at midcourt. It's almost as if Atsushi Ono switches or flips the switch for Size at halftime. Suddenly the most dominant player on the court. Namizato turns, misses, and Tagashi, the game is tied, folks. 56 all, and Tagashi puts it up. Boy, that was a rush shot. And that's a hard one to figure, especially the way they've been so successful attacking down low with Size. A quick shot from Tagashi, perhaps not what was needed. Now Toshiro, and the reach and the foul called. So Sato picks up the personal. Good work by Toshiro. So the basketball inbounded to Kim Tilly. Oh, they find Toshiro wide open. Great look by Namizato. Shannon shorter. Zigzags his way, almost falls down, but stays on his feet. And then tries to get to Size, and this time throws the ball out of bounds. Good defense by Mitsuhara. So the adjustment made by Hiroki Fujita understanding very clearly that size had become a problem, and they were going to keep the ball out of his hands. So Evans comes back in, and now Namizato is going to go out and be replaced by Kishimoto. Kishimoto has not even attempted a shot today. Mitsuhara. Kashiro. Maki, little pump fake. And Gavin Edwards mistimed his jump there. Now Kishimoto puts up his first attempt, gets it back. Bounce pass out to Evans for three. Good! Boy, that was a costly offensive rebound that Chiba Jets gave away, and all of a sudden, it's the Golden Kings back in front by 5 points. If they don't get a basket here, I would not be surprised to see a timeout called by Coach Ono. Three-point shot. And Mitsuhara with the rebound. Boy, you spend so much energy climbing and climbing to get back up on level terms on top of the mountain, but then you can't keep the momentum. And suddenly the momentum is seized once again by Golden Kings. And sure enough, the timeout has been called as Golden Kings go back in front by 7 points. Here's Evans. He's done this a lot today. So effective even with the left hand. That was courtesy of Kishimoto getting the offensive rebound and being able to spot his teammate Evans out on the perimeter. And the three-point shot has been such a huge difference in this game, with the Golden Kings making 9 of 17. Chiba Jets, meanwhile, just 2 of 12 from three-point range. You know, in that last meeting, Akaho was crucial. He hasn't even scored today. And Hara as well was important, and he hasn't scored. So it really has been a case of this Chiba Jets team just hasn't been turning on all cylinders offensively today. Most everything that they've gotten really has come from shorter size and a little bit of Tagashi and Gavin Edwards. Shorter and Edwards have combined for 29. In fact, size, Edwards, and Shorter have scored combined 44 of their team's 56 points. And here he is again. Boy, Size coming out of the timeout. He is playing like a man possessed right now. 17 points for Seba Size, the game's leading scorer. And he chalks it up. He says, count that, and I'm going back to the line. He also has 9 rebounds. So he will easily get another double-double today. Now some full-court pressure, and they force a turnover. And look at that! Size scores and coming right out of the timeout. Great call by Atsushi Ono. And Chiba Jets reclaim the momentum, forcing Hiroki Fujita to call a timeout. Look at this, the full court pressure. Evans, well, tried to get it back to his teammate, Kishimoto. But that was also a dangerous pass because he threw it right under the basket and it led to a layup. Well, there's a man on a mission right there, folks. Chiba's size is right now taking the game over. And he's doing so even as the Golden Kings pull out all stops to try to stop him. So less than 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter, and it's game on, 63-61. Golden Kings on top. It looked like they were starting to get a lot of the momentum back. But again, the Atsushi Ono timeout really changed things around here. So let's see how the response comes. Chiba's size trips up Evans. Size with 20 points and 9 rebounds. Evans, meanwhile, has 16. Maki takes the shot and gets it to drop. Shoots it over Cove Flippin. Size left open. Oh, goodness gracious, what a mistake that was. Size goes in, and just like the number on his jersey, he's got 22 points. Two-point lead for the Golden Kings. Imamura gets blocks. Great defense, I believe, by Hara getting the block. Now Flippin flips it over to Hara. And Hara stays scoreless. But the turnover again. And Tagashi looking for space. Hands it off to Size again. This time the hands up deny the shot. But they're dunking for the follow. And once again, folks, a tie game. What effort. With Jack Cooley out of the game, you wonder how that might impact proceedings. Namizato, meanwhile, comes back into the game, as well as Kim Tilly. .2:15 remaining in the third quarter. All square, Chiba Jets pulling out all stops as they try to get those 2 wins in their last 3 games. Great block by Size. Tagashi met at midcourt. Slowed up by Nishimura. Or Kishimoto, excuse me. Chiba Jets with a chance to take the lead. And Tagashi spurns that opportunity with his first free throw. Let's see if he can get the second. He does indeed. So Chiba Jets, having trailed by 16 points, have come back to take a 66-65 lead. Tagashi goes out of the game. I wonder 2 minutes remaining. Namisato over to Tilly. He falls down. Now Nishimoto looks up the floor. Nishimura, excuse me. Toe flipping, tries to get to sides, but they were ready. Namisato, bounce pass, back to Evans. And he was fouled, is the call by Hara. So Hara called for the foul, and Evans goes to the line. $16 points for Dwayne Evans. And the second one is good as well, so Evans puts the Golden Kings back in front, 67-66 with 1:31 remaining in this third quarter. Tashiro also back in the game for Golden Kings. Hara. Nishimura over to Shorter. Nishimura, shot clock winding down. Edwards turns in the lane, good defense. Great effort by Hara to keep it alive, but Evans has it in the open floor, goes to the corner with a minute remaining here in the third quarter, and then Shorter called for the foul on the reach. So Evans back at the line. And this time not able to get it to drop. If he makes this, he goes to 19 points, and he does. Nishimura guarded by Namisato. Here's Shorter. Down low to Duncan. Duncan goes up strong, but he's not able to get it to go. He does, however, earn a trip to the line. Evans and Tilly trying to get on the same page defensively. And Duncan misses another free throw. And really, it's getting to the point where the free throws being missed here by this Chiba Jets team becoming an issue. Just 12 of 20. The second one is good by Duncan. So that closes the gap back to 1 point. Namisato bumped out of the perimeter by Edwards. Well, not a good foul. You put Namisato back at the free throw line. Namisato's made his only attempt today. Well, maybe it wasn't a bad foul after all. Oh, he misses both free throws. So, in fact, it was a good foul by Gavin Edwards. Chiba Jets with a chance to go back in front. And Duncan misses badly, though, from the stripe. Evans in the paint. Namizato from behind the arc. And he misses everything right at the buzzer. He looks at the referee as if to say, didn't he give me a little bit there? Even so, Chiba Jets, they come back strong. They outscore the Golden Kings 23-20 in that third quarter. And it's Ryukyu Golden Kings leading by 1 with 10 minutes remaining. Well, 19 points for Dwayne Evans, leading the way for Ryukyu Golden Kings. Meanwhile, for Chiba Jets, the third quarter was all about Seba's size. He's got 22 points and 10 rebounds, and really was the main factor for the visitors. He had a double-double in the last meeting between these two teams, and he's got a double-double already and still 10 minutes to go. So he is going to end up with most assuredly a big scoreline today, but it's not a one-man show. Shannon Shorter has 15 points. Gavin Edwards has 14 points. Here's some of the highlights from that third quarter. And you saw the early turnover by Namizato and it leading to the dunk by Size, who kind of flew in and just threw it down with one hand. And then that was a nice backdoor cut by Sato, scoring with a reverse layup. And Size, again, just pretty much having things his own way. It was kind of like the seas parted, and he just walked right down the middle and dunked it. Gavin Edwards having himself quite a game today as well. He struggled at the free throw line, but he's got 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. His only problem has been at the line, where he's made just 1 of 6 free throws. So, you know, that is a crucial stat when you look at the fact that this team, Chiba Jets, trailing by 1 point. Fourth quarter action underway. Chiba Jets needing 2 wins out of their last 3 games to clinch home court advantage in the quarterfinals. Here they are wearing the white, and it's Josh Duncan tied up by Kim Tilly. Great effort by Kim Tilly, the France international. And Kim Tilly not going to give that away. So Evans has it in the paint, puts it up, and gets it to go. His numbers just keep going up and away, folks. He's got 21 points. Edwards. And they call the block. They call the block on Tashiro. Looked like for a minute there the referees were toying with the idea of calling a charge, but they called the block. So Edwards finally gets a free throw to drop. He's now 2 of 7 at the charity stripe. And he gets the second one to drop as well. So now 3 of 8, and it's a 1-point game. Evans to the corner. That was Imamura with the miss. Shorter over to alley-oop pass. How about that? What a play by Nishimura. Spotted Edwards, and Edwards, instead of coming down with the basketball, caught it in midair and scored, and now he goes to the line. One of the plays of the game. Look at this. Great play. He was pushed. Was Edwards from behind by Imamura. And the three-point play, and Chiba Jets have gone on top. 72-70. Here with 8:45 remaining. Imamura. Well, a little bit too much dribbling there. Kim Tilly able to pick up the basketball. Gets it over to Evans. Imamura drives in. There for the rebound was Duncan. He gets it to his guard, Shorter. Takes it back outside. Now Duncan, double team. Has to pass it. They get it over to Nishimura again to Edwards. Goodness gracious. Look at Chiba Jets. They've taken the lead, 74-70. They had turned this thing to their advantage here in this fourth quarter. And Gavin Edwards has been right in the middle of all of it. Nishimura with his passing has been pinpoint. He's been connecting with Gavin Edwards. And Hiroki Fujita has to be wondering on the Golden Kings bench how his team could have led by 15 points in this game, but now trail by 4. That is a 19-point turnaround. So a long way to go in this one still, folks. 8 minutes and 11 seconds. But you have to wonder what Golden Kings can do to turn this thing back to their advantage. This is an important game for Golden Kings, you'd have to say, from a mental standpoint. You know, they do not want to lose 2 games to Chiba Jets late in the season. It would not be a confidence booster heading into the championship. Of course, they've already got home court advantage in the quarterfinals, and if they win in the semifinals. Chiba Jets, though, you have to wonder, is this team peaking at the right time? Because to be able to battle back from a 15-point deficit, they're going to have to keep the pressure on, though. You can feel Golden Kings coming out, and Kishimoto missing. Kishimoto missing from 3-point range. Nishimura over to Hara. Nishimura from behind the arc. Another chance for the home team. Imamura. Tashiro. And Duncan flies in for the rebound. Gets it over to Shorter, who brings it across midcourt. Shorter inviting the contact. Now he goes to work in the paint, but was short. Good defense by Imamura. And then the reach and the foul called on Nishimura. So a couple of chances for Chiba Jets to extend their lead, and they do not. So Mitsuhara comes back into the game for Kim Tilly, the 31-year-old center. Funyu also back in the game, 27-year-old guard. Here he is. Very impressive in the first quarter was Funyu today. Imamura goes behind his back. Over to Evans. Steps back, takes the three, misses badly. So the three-point shooting percentage dropping a little bit here with some misses in this fourth quarter here for the Golden Kings. Hara to Edwards. Shorter. Again, down to Edwards. Great patience. And Edwards just continues now to pour it on. 23 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists for him. Funyu over to Evans. Nearly 4 minutes into the final quarter. Evans goes to work. Has to get rid of it. They swing it to Funyu for three. Good! His third three of the game. And that cuts the deficit back to 3 points for the Golden Kings. That was a huge shot. They were reeling a little bit. Evans comes up, tries to play, deny defense, picks up foul number 4, and I think he's going to have to take a seat. He doesn't want to come out of the game. So Fujita might keep him in, it appears. Namizato also checks back into the game, as does Togashi. So we get a classic confrontation here between two iconic guards. Namizato of the Golden Kings and Togashi back in the game as well for the visitors. Well, the pass goes out of bounds. Size also back in. A turnover. You can see Togashi look over at his teammate and say, hey, where was that thrown? Who were you throwing that one to? Funyu steps to his left, back to his teammate, and finally Kishimoto is on the board. Again, Chiba Jets have had some opportunities to extend their lead. They have not. So a couple of three-pointers have tied it for the home side. Duncan. Great defense. So another timeout, this time called by Chiba Jets. They had the wind in their sails, but Ryukyu Golden Kings have knuckled down and come back to tie it up at 76 apiece. See the scoring for Golden Kings. Evans with 21 points. Funyu has 12 and Imamura 10 points. 9 points for Namizato. And for the Chiba Jets, Sice, number 22, has 22 points, but he's been overtaken now by Gavin Edwards with 23. Well, you often get to this point of the game for Chiba Jets, and there's one player that you look for to try to really assert himself, and it's Shannon Shorter. Let's see if that happens here with 4:42 remaining. Chiba Jets, having gone up by several points, now have been pegged back. It's 76 apiece. Funyu, one of the danger men. Namizato. Who's going to make a play for the home team? Mitsuhara. Over to the leading scorer, Evans. Namizato. Good! Right at the shot clock buzzer. So that was a 2. Tagashi drives in. And again, oh boy, open for 3, and Kishimoto didn't take it, gives it back to Evans. Gavin Edwards rebounds that miss. Now Shorter, let's see if we get some dribble penetration from him. Picks up his dribble. Doesn't want to take on Namizato. See if he goes at him this time. Takes the shot. Size with another rebound. And the foul called on Funyu. Shorter, meanwhile, looks over at the referee appealing. So you got to call the foul, Namizato. But Namizato looked like he was in pretty good position. Funyu frustrated to give away the foul with 3:29 remaining. And the Golden Kings looking for a stop. So no free throws awarded. So Tagashi had to go over and get a little bit of attention. Oh, great play by Tagashi, but a good recovery defensively by the Golden Kings. Now Funyu has it. Kishimoto. Evans from behind the arc. And Sice just with another majestic rebound. Now the dump to Edwards. And the game is tied once again. Gavin Edwards, 25 points. 10 rebounds. Boy, he and Sice have been quite a 1-2 punch down on that low post. And the ball goes off of Chiba Jets. 12 seconds on the shot clock. .255 remaining. Kim Tilly, will he have a big part here at the finish? Most assuredly he will. Namizato, meanwhile, he puts up another little short jumper and scores in the lane. And that brings another timeout for Chiba Jets. Namizato just likes the big occasion, doesn't he? You can just see it. Not afraid to go out and make plays. And it goes right at the Japan national team guard, Tagashi. So Namizato has 3 assists to go with his 13 points. Dwayne Evans with 21 points, leading all scorers for Golden Kings. Meanwhile, they've got an 80-78 lead over a Chiba Jets team that has gotten 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists from Gavin Edwards, 22 points, 12 rebounds from Sebas Sais. So coming out of the timeout, Chiba Jets looking to pull even or perhaps try to take the lead with a 3. Tagashi. Left open. Sato over to Edwards. Outside to Shorter from behind the arc. Edwards not able to get the rebound. A great work by Kim Tilly. Now he gets it to Namizato. He drives in. He's blocked this time. But a foul has been called on Sato. Not too much more that Sato could have done there defensively. Tough call on him. But Namizato, perhaps rewarded for his attacking play, goes to the line. It's his 3rd straight miss at the charity stripe. Namizato. He does get the second to go, however, and it's a 3-point lead for the Golden Kings. So 14 points now for Namizato. Tagashi has the ball knocked away, but a foul called on Kishimoto. With the Golden Kings over the limit, Tagashi will go to the line. So in that sense, not a good foul. Tagashi takes his time and makes the first attempt. On his first trip to the line today, he was 1 of 2. So he's now 2 of 3. And again, a vital stage of the game for Chiba Jets, who are trying to get 2 wins in their last 3 games to secure second place and get in the East, and also get home court advantage in the quarterfinals. Namizato on the left, guarded by Sato. We get the double on Namizato. He gets it over to Evans, passes up to 3. And great defense, a little bit of indecisiveness on the part of the Golden Kings. Imamura is going to come back into the game for Kishimoto. And Chiba Jets now with a chance to reclaim the lead with 1:41 remaining. Tagashi. Gavin Edwards battling away with Kim Tilly down low. Tagashi. And great work, Kim Tilly. Look at the hustle from the Frenchman. The basketball now back with the Golden Kings. And Namizato. Namizato turns. And he's fouled by Tagashi. So not over the limit yet, Chiba Jets. So no free throws for Namizato. Evans. Guarded by Sais. Not giving away anything. Imamura puts up a three. Oh, and the offensive rebound and putback by Toshiro. Boy, that has to be his 2 biggest points of the game. He goes to 10. And with 52.4 seconds remaining, the Toshiro putback on this Imamura miss. I tell you, it was such a bad miss that I think it probably helped Golden Kings in the end, because Toshiro was able to get the rebound easily and put it up and in. They led by 15 points in the game, did the Golden Kings, but of course Chiba Jets came back and took the lead themselves by several points. But right now it's Golden Kings on top, 83-80 in the final minute. So here comes Chiba Jets, trailing by 3 points. Tagashi, Shannon shorter, he stepped out of bounds. Unbelievable. It always seems to happen at least once a game. A player catches it, and then as he tries to make his move towards the basket, he steps out of bounds. Namizato. A real spark today for this Golden Kings outfit, which already clinched first place in the West. And the ball, though, knocked away from him by Tagashi. So another opportunity. Tagashi for three. Good! Goodness me! What a play by Tagashi. Yuki Tagashi tying the game. First of all, he gets the steal away from his nemesis, Namizato. Look at this. And Sato does a great job of just getting the ball back to Tagashi, who races up, finds space, and doesn't hesitate. He's only got 10 points, but those last 3 were huge. Well, we might be looking at overtime today. Golden Kings. 18.7 seconds. To be honest, a lot can happen. Now, the question is, you would imagine they would like to take the clock down to about maybe 6 seconds before they make their move to the basket, but Chiba Jets may not allow that to happen. They could always foul and then try to go down and risk giving away the free throws, but then have the last possession, or they could gamble a little bit on defense and try to get the turnover. Chiba Jets won the last meeting between these two teams on April 28th in this very Okinawa arena. And now it is all squared, 83-83. Chiba Jets needing to win 2 of their last 3 games to get home court advantage in their quarterfinal. Lock up second place in the East. So Namizato guarded by Sato. Taking the clock down. Oh, he stumbles over, they turn it over! Unbelievable! The ball goes off of Evans. It was Namizato who lost his balance, and he kind of flicked the ball over to Evans, who wasn't ready to catch it or wasn't able to catch it. And now the opportunity is there for Chiba Jets to steal one at the end. Will they go down low? Perhaps try to get a foul? Boy, great defense by Sato. That might just end up being the great decision of the game by Atsushi Ono to put Sato on Namizato. So the basketball inbounded. They've got to hurry. Well, it's going to be Tagashi. He's going to launch it. He doesn't even get the shot off. Goodness me, what was going on with the Chiba Jets? That is almost unforgivable. 83. They tried to run a play at the end, and clearly the players were not on the same page. Golden opportunity spurned by Chiba Jets, and the game goes to overtime. Well, just what you want from a tight game, a fun game. Jack Cooley, meanwhile, not able to play today. Looks like he wants to go have some lunch. He's going to have to wait another 5 minutes. Well, 21 points for Evans. For that man there, Sice, 22 points, 12 rebounds. Gavin Edwards, 25 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. You know, Tagashi hit the big game-tying three-pointer with just under 19 seconds remaining, and it looked like Golden Kings were going to take it down to several seconds before they attempted a game winner themselves, but they turned the ball over. And Chiba Jets had more than 4 seconds to get a shot off. But in the end, the game clock expired. They tried to run a play, and a little bit of miscommunication or whatever. And Tagashi ended up with the basketball in his hands. Overtime between Ryukyu Golden Kings and Chiba Jets here in Okinawa. 5 fun-filled minutes on the way. Shorter bumped as he gets down low by Kim Tilly. So Shannon Shorter at the free throw line. Doesn't mess around, makes the first. And gets the second to go as well. And now the steal by Size. He gets in the paint. Oh boy, what a crucial steal and a bad turnover. Namizato shaking and baking, bounce pass to Tilly. Throws it down with a little bit of anger. And Shorter's pass batted, almost turned over. Good hands by Imamura. But I don't think his teammates realized the ball was there for the taking and too late. Tagashi Now Seiss. And Seiss again, forcing his way. Evans gets the rebound. Here comes Namizato, bounce pass ahead. Oh, great steal by Tagashi. How in the world did he reach in and knock that away? Very opportunistic Tagashi coming up with a couple of big defensive plays. And Gavin Edwards goes down the lane and lays it up. So the lead goes back to 4. Golden Kings had a chance to tie it, but now they're a couple of baskets behind. Evans passes up to 3. Drives in, misses, and Seiss rebounds the miss. Tagashi. Sato. Over to Seiss. Seiss again. Drives in. Oh boy, Seiss has been a monster today. 26 points and 12 boards for the Spain International. And Chiba Jets leading it by 6 points. No need for Sato to commit that foul so far away from the basket. Even so, no free throws coming. Namizato. Short jumper. This time it doesn't go for him. And Golden Kings playing at home here in real trouble in overtime. Down 6 points. Tagashi. His pass stolen. It was perhaps too deliberate. They knew exactly what they wanted. They wanted to go to Edwards. Tashiro. And he misses and Seiss rebounds it. And you got to think that Tagashi and Chiba Jets will take as much time off the shot clock as they can. Shot clock winding down. Seiss again denied by Tilly. Great defense by the Frenchman. France over Spain in that one. Now Evans spins, puts it up. And that's a big turnaround. That keeps this Golden Kings team in it. Minute and a half remaining in overtime. The dump to Shorter. Shorter goes to work, and he can't get any love from the glass. Namizato. He drives in and scores, and it's a 2-point game again. Like Chiba Jets were about ready to lower the broom, but here they are now just up by 2 points. Golden Kings take it away from Tagashi, but then he gets it right back. And they start the shot clock again. So in the end, probably has helped Chiba Jets. And then the reach and the foul called on Namizato late-ish in the shot clock, and that puts Tagashi on the free throw line. So Tagashi is at the line and makes a very important free throw. So both free throws drop, and it's a 2-possession game again. Evans. Namizato from behind the arc. Shorter battled away, and then Imamura swipes and commits the foul. Maki comes back into the game. The 23-year-old wears number 88. Shorter, meanwhile, keeps adding to the lead for Chiba Jets at the free throw line, 94-89. And Shorter makes again. Well, you know what, Chiba Jets, you got to really give them credit. They trailed by 15 points in the first half. But here they are now leading in overtime, 95-89. And one last roll of the dice, it appears, for Golden Kings, who will head over to the bench for a timeout to listen to Coach Hiroki Fujita. Well, this Chiba Jets team, when it's all said and done, they have got some players that are not afraid of the big moment. You know, size has been immense. Sato, overall, his defense has been crucial today. Shorter, always wants the basketball in his hands in those key situations. Edwards, able to hurt you in so many different ways. Tagashi seems like he's always there to make big plays at big moments. So Namizato tries to inbound the basketball. He does. And Kishimoto puts it up and misses. And Evans is fouled out of the game. So not the result he was looking for, it appears, as with 22.2 seconds remaining. Shorter can really all but put this thing out of reach. So the lead now 7 for Chiba Jets. And Shorter makes both free throws. So he's got 19 points. Another big performance from him. Kishimoto. And Kim open for 3, misses. Shorter with the rebound, folks. Chiba Jets, have they been impressive or what? Trailing by 15 points. They battle back. They needed overtime, but they've won it 97-89. They need one more win in the last couple of games to clinch home court advantage in the championship quarterfinals. There's the quarter-by-quarter scoring and the overtime. 14-6, Chiba Jets outscored Golden Kings in the extra period. And you really have to like the spot where Chiba Jets are right now. I mean, they are heading towards the championship in a very good way. They seem to be peaking at just the right moment. They're getting just terrific performances in the front court, especially from size. on a consistent basis, but also Edwards and Duncan. And Tagashi seems like he's always going to have an impact on the game, whether it's his defense or his offense. And you also get terrific play from Shorter. I mean, Shorter is just got so much moxie out there. They have really put together a nice team, these Chiba Jets. Atsushi Ono as well, doing a great job coaching this team. All smiles right now, but they still got work to do. They've got to get another win. And meanwhile, the Golden Kings come out, speak to the crowd. So Dwayne Evans thanking the crowd for coming out, saying it was a tough game. Let's go down to Coach Atsushi Ono.
7連勝おめでとうございます。ありがとうございます。今のお気持ちをお聞かせください。
そうですね、タフスケジュールで選手きつい中、最初インテンシティ低かったんですけど、しっかり切らさずに、最後まで諦めずにギブアップせずに戦った証拠が。
So Coach Ono congratulated on 7 wins in a row.
前節のアルバルクでの延長戦、またそして今日もですね延長戦を勝利しました。チームとしては非常にいい素晴らしい状態で進んでるんじゃないかなと思いますけども、チームの手応えはいかがでしょうか。
そうですね、選手の勝ちたいという意欲も見えますし、CS に向けてだんだん上がってきてるんじゃないかなと思ってます。
次節に向けて、ファンへ一言よろしくお願いします。
He says it was high intensity at first, but they ground out the win, and he was just glad that they were able to come out on top.
ありがとうございました。
He was also asked about what his thoughts were about making it to the championship. Of course, they'd already done that, but
富樫選手、解説の与那嶺です。7連勝おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
今のお気持ちを
our
聞
goal
か
was
せて
to
ください。
win the championship, but they still have a long way to go.
絶対負けられない試合だったので、
Now
チーム
for
として出だし
Ryukyu
は少し
Tagashi answering some
入ってしまった部分はあり
questions.
ますけど、しっかりこうやってカム
The
バックして、
exciting
まあ延長
national
ですが
team
勝て
point
た
guard.
それが全てだと思うので、はい、本当に良かったと思います。
負けられない戦いでの最後のシチュエーションですね。ディフェンスからスリーポイントを決めました。あそこの部分、非常にファンとしても非常に素晴らしいプレーだったと思います。そこの気持ちとしては絶対に決めてやるんだという気持ちはあったんでしょうか。
そうですね、今日試合通してなかなか自分の思い通りのプレーができず、なかなかチームを助けられなかったので、個人的に今日の試合満足したわけではない
It
で
was
すけど、
put to Tagashi, this was a game that you could not afford to lose. What was going through your mind at the end of the game?
次節に向けてファンへ一言よろしくお願いします。
はい、
Tagashi
もう一勝すればホーム開催が決まるんですけど、一勝と言わずこのままあと2つ勝って、チャンピオンシップに臨めればなと思うので、残り2試合も応援してほしいなと
So I just wanted
期待してます。ありがとうござ
to
いま
help
した。
the team with my defense. Although he also said, luckily I got a turnover, or he forced a turnover, got a steal, and then he made it 3 when the game was hanging in the balance. So as you look back at some of the highlights from this contest, it was a humdinger of a game, no question about it. These two teams really do put on a show, especially here in Okinawa, but unfortunately for the Golden Kings, they just have not been able to get a win against the Chiba Jets. Golden Kings are the best in the West, but Chiba Jets have come here showing a real sense of urgency. Even after falling behind by 15 points, they were able to recoup, regroup, and come out and get a very important win. Their second in a row here against Okinawa. Namizato had some great moments, scoring on that drive and also getting fouled, playing with a lot of fire, a lot of passion. Late on, that ball was turned over, or rather that was in the second quarter, and flying in for the dunk for 2 of his points was Seba Sais. Tilly came out and had 10 points in the game. Wasn't quite the factor offensively, I think, that his team needed. Funyu came out much better than the previous encounter between these two teams. Was dangerous from the arc, hitting 3 threes. Sato defensively was great, but he also scored down low with that reverse layup. Tashiro was solid throughout. He had 10 points. Some of the turnovers came at the worst possible time for Golden Kings, leading some easy baskets. Size seemed to be involved whenever they turned the ball over. Maki came out, hit a big shot there, but look at this. Size was able to get to the basket for the two-handed jam. Evans was able to turn down low and score. And again, he had 23 points. That was an incredible play there. The alley-oop, and turned into a 3-point play for Edwards. Edwards really did get in the flow. Ended up leading Chiba Jets in scoring with 27 points. And really, you know, could have had even more. He had several misses at the free throw line. Funyu, that was his 3rd three, I believe. Kishimoto, took him a while, but he finally got one to go. Namizato came out and hit some big shots, trying to keep his team in it. Edwards again was just a force in the paint. Namizato looking like he was going to be a hero today. And then you had Tashiro scoring with the offensive rebound and putback. But this was a huge play. Yagashi knocking the ball away. And Tagashi hitting the game-tying three-pointer with 18.7 seconds remaining. They had a chance to win it in regulation. They did not, but then they got to overtime and just took over, outscoring their opponents decisively. Kim Tilly slam, not enough. Gavin Edwards and this Chiba Jets team just far too strong. They were so good driving to the basket. I believe that got it back to a 2-point game late, but that was as close as they would get. And Chiba Jets win it. So, Chiba Jets win it 97-89. Just 3 threes compared to 8 from behind the arc for Golden Kings. But also, Chiba Jets did improve at the line as the game wore on, and the Golden Kings missed some important free throws. Chiba Jets were, however, really good inside the arc, 31 of 58, and compared to 22 of 36 for the Golden Kings. And the rebounding standpoint, look, 58-36, that was a decisive part. No Jack Cooley today, and that was evident with those rebounding numbers for Golden Kings. Again, Dwayne Evans led the way, 23 points for his team, Golden Kings team, and 11 rebounds for Kim Tilly, 4 assists for Namizato, 27 for Gavin Edwards, 27 points, 14 rebounds for Sebas Sais. So one final time here, folks, as you look at the points scored there by Golden Kings. One final time, 97-89 in overtime. Chiba Jets win it over the Ryukyu Golden Kings. Thanks for watching.